Welcome back to Suns Valley Podcast, everybody. This episode and the upcoming season's worth of content is brought to you by FanDuel and the Believe Network.
That's right, Gabe. We are so happy to have them be a part of the show for the rest of the season. And right now on the FanDuel Sports Book, you can make a bet for the 2025-2026 NBA Finals winner. I think the hottest team right now is the Houston Rockets, and I would take that bet. They're sitting at plus 900, Gabe. They just got KD. They made a bunch of good moves in the offseason. Hottest team, as I mentioned. So I think that's worth your bet. Or if you're feeling really, really daring and real bold, you can take your own Phoenix Suns at plus 44,000, Gabe.
Yeah, that is insane. Winning $44,000 because you put down 100 on the Suns. I could see Prince Travis doing something like that, perhaps.
Man,
that proposition becomes a lot less insanely unlikely if the Suns are able to pull this move off for Trae Young. You know, the other day I saw Flex from Jersey tweeting about the Trae Young story, and I just thought he was talking basketball. I didn't think it had anything to do with the Suns. But then today on X, I see a lot of people talking about the Suns being interested in kicking the tires on trying to go and get Trae Young. They've been trying with Kuminga to no avail, and this one moves me more than Kuminga, I think. You know how much I want a point guard. I don't know if a lot of Suns fans realize this, but Trae Young is not just a three-point shooter. He's not just a wannabe Steph Curry clone. This guy often leads the NBA in assists. Last season, he led the NBA in assists by at least about an assist and a half. It wasn't even that close. Second most assists last season, Nikola Jokic. Joker. Have you heard of him? So he's in great company. That's what I want on this team. That's what I want for Devin Booker. Someone who can come in and play make for him and also knock down his threes and draw some attention away from him. The other two things I really love about Trae Young's game is his floaters are a thing of beauty. He's got his float game down perfect. And his lob throwing. I don't know many better lob throwers in the NBA than Trae Young. Common Malawach, anybody? Mark Williams, anybody? Hell, Nick Richards could stand to feast. So could Oso. To me, it's nearly a perfect fit. It's not perfect because he's not a great defender, right? But outside of that, to me, I want this, man. I want it bad, and I'm just scared it's not going to happen.
Well, first things first, Gabe, do you know why this is out there? Do you know why the rumors of Trae Young being available are out there? Are you aware of everything that's being reported?
I am now because I've been looking into it. But yeah, they've got a new front office. That front office hasn't really shown him what he deems to be the respect that he deserves as far as I think he probably feels like, hey, they should just have a no-brainer here and just offer me my money. They built a team around him, and now they don't want to give him his money? Weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's super weird. You know, like I said, it's just because one, he wants that extension, feels disrespected. I'm sure he saw Booker get his. I'm sure he saw Luka get his, and he's looking at himself like, hey, I got 1 year left. I have a player option coming up. Can we work something out? They're not responding. He deems it as disrespect. And so that's where the rumors are, where he wants out. I don't know if it's a he wants out situation, but yeah, I could see a lot of teams wanting to basically put their name in a hat and say, hey, we're right here if you need to send them somewhere. And I can definitely see the Suns being that team. My only thing and my only concern is, and I'm with you. Don't get me wrong. I'm with you. I absolutely would like to have Trae Young. I agree with everything you said about him being a point guard, him being able to distribute. You mentioned the floater, not to mention that everybody knows that he is a sniper from the 3-point stripe. So yeah, you add all that and you absolutely love that. My only thing and my only concern is this. What are you going to give them that they're going to want to move Trae Young? And that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, we might be able to send them Jalen Green and Goose, but now we got to send them the 4 seconds that were reportedly in that Kuminga deal. Do the Hawks go for that? Will there be another team that will offer more? Like, we got to start talking about packages. Yeah, you could send maybe if you want to keep Jalen Green and you want to do the big three thing again. I hope the Suns don't go that route. I hope they go for depth over that. But if you want to go that, then we can talk about sending, Dylan Brooks, Goose, and Royce O'Neal, and then some picks. But still, you have to send those 4 seconds that you offered in the Kuminga deal, and I just don't see the Hawks going for that. So let me ask you this: me saying all that word soup. Are you willing to get rid of Jalen Green? I'm sure I know the answer, but are you willing to get rid of Jalen Green?
Only because positionally, I think he fits better with the team. The Suns have 2 wrenches. I would like them to have a wrench and a hammer, and this provides that opportunity. And it's, like I said, leading assist man in the NBA. It's not like we're just going out there and getting somebody to fill the job. It's not like going out there and getting an old Marcus Smart, though he would be better on defense. The second rounders and Grayson and Royce and even Jalen Green, I don't know that that's going to be enough unless, and I'm just starting to think about this now because we've been going through this for a while now with other players. We've seen this story play out a lot. And what happens if the player has the type of leverage that Trae Young has, which is the same of what Kevin Durant had? It gets to a point where if that player so chooses, he can and often does say, I'm not going to come back. You're going to lose me for nothing. Oh, and by the way, here's the short list of teams that I will re-sign with. Shuts everything down with other teams. Other teams start falling off like flies, and there's only a couple or a few teams that realistically have an opportunity because the player has come out and said, I won't play for anybody but these teams. I think the tweet I saw from NBA Central said the Suns had the 4th best odds. He just whittles away a couple of those teams, and we've already seen that players want to come play in the Valley with Devin Booker. I think it's halfway in between as likely as we thought it was originally and what we're hoping for.
Yeah, you just mentioned, though, that would have to be like a perfect storm scenario where somehow, magically, allegedly, that he says, hey, Suns are nothing. There would have to be some sort of communication with the Suns are like, we are going to guarantee that we give you an extension and please say you want to come here. It would have to be some sort of situation like that. And I could see that happening, but it would have to be a perfect storm situation. I think that's literally the only way it happens. We have 0 resources to give them, no unprotected firsts, anything like that they could get immediately. You know what I mean? There's no immediate resources for the Suns to give them other than players in the seconds. So it would have to be what you just said. And I mean, there's no reports of that out there. And that's kind of the disappointing part of this entire report is, yes, we are hearing rumblings about Trae Young. It's just, again, we don't have the firepower to throw at them to make them move. Like, in a way, they have a make me move price. Yeah, his contract and he's got the player option coming up, but still, the Hawks still hold all the cards in this situation until Trae Young comes out and says, I want the Suns and no one else. It's kind of a long shot to me. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. Now, again, if you ask me, do you want Trae Young? Absolutely. I think you mentioned the fit is there. You would absolutely want a talent like that. He's not old by any sense. He's 27. He's 2 years younger than Booker right now. You have plenty of young pieces to put around him and Booker. And I think you could really build yourself a good team around those two moving forward. It's just, man, it seems like a pipe dream to me, at least.
Well, let's toke up and get this thing done, man. Tell us what you guys think in the comments. As always, please, we are very interested to hear what you think about this potential move. Do you want it or not? Thank you for hanging out, and we'll see you guys soon.